Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Gospel of Two Wheels, where the coffee's hot, the bikes are going back together, and your comments are absolutely ridiculous. It is awesome to see everybody here. We got Jason Roberts, Steve Gigliotti with the best last name ever, Dave Brayman, my man, Brat Big Lunch, Zeke 171, Sandy Smith, Bucky Saz, 5280 James, and yeah, great to see everybody. Super stoked to be here, guys. Super stoked to be feeling really, really good. Like, the neck thing is coming along. Like, I am feeling amazingly good. It's ridiculous, actually. So, super, super happy about that. I got to give all the glory of that to God, because I don't think I'm supposed to be feeling this good. I don't think I am, I don't think, like, the doctors think I should be feeling as good as I am right now. So I'm giving that to Jesus, because I think he's healing me, because I think he's got bigger things for me to do. Rick doing life, what's happening? There's my mom, the Meemaw 48. Steve Thompson with SWT Cutting. CKK1, word up. Make sure you say hi to my mom, the Meemaw 48. Just say, good morning, Mama Spradling. Good morning, Mrs. Spradling. Good morning, Suzanne. Whatever you got to do to say good morning to my mom, because if you don't, she's going to come and kick your butt. That's all there is to it. So she will find you and whip your butt. She's 77 years old, but that does not matter. She will kick your butt. I'm telling you right now. You want no part of that. So it's great to be here, guys. No big agenda today, so let's just talk about dirt bikes, whatever you want to talk about. That thing, that YZ250 over there, I'm excited about building that. We're putting that thing back together. Guy blew up a piston in his YZ, which is kind of a common thing, and like happens with YZ250s if you go a little too long on a top end. And anyway, blew up. Unfortunately, the cylinder was junk. I fixed the bottom end. He thought the cylinder was good. Upon closer inspection, it was not. So we have a new cylinder coming. It's on the way. So anyway, that's all filmed and will be up on the YouTubes next week. So the first part, then I'm going to fix it hopefully by Friday. Hopefully we're going to get parts Friday and we'll get this thing back together, which would be rad. You guys are doing good. Saying hi to my mom. You do not want your butt kicked, Andy Delaney. It's good to see you, Zach Farcash, Bucky Saws. My dad asked, how's Ricky Carbuncle? That is my son Ewan's new name in homage to the GOAT, and also the fact that he's ridiculous. YZ144 update, James. Yes, finally, I am getting back to work. I got the top triple clamp for it. Yes, so really kind of hoping next week. I'm feeling good enough that I think I can put some time in after work. Part of the problem this last few weeks has been that I just can't, I get really tired at the end of the day. Just because of the injury, I think that's what it is. And so I just have to go home and rest. But I think I'm feeling a lot better, getting a lot better. I've been fasting I fasted for 3 days. I ate a little bit yesterday, and now I'm fasting for 2 more days. It really is helping my body heal, so I'm feeling good about that. Rick doing life says raining hard in Phoenix, Scottsdale area, mile mark. Ooh, Rick. Please go out and ride that and then take pictures and videos and send them to us and put them on the internet, because when the Arizona desert is wet, it is like no other place on earth. It is so incredible. Rick asks, how long before I ride? Looks like the doc is hoping that he can clear me on the 23rd of February. That's my next appointment. That will be 2 months after my last appointment, which will be 3 months total since the injury. We're almost at 6 weeks right now, which is crazy to think it's gone that fast. So yeah, really hoping that I can ride then. I'm gonna be Marco Petsica. What's happening, my man? Good morning. It's good to see you here. Marco, great to see you here. Also, can't wait to just see you. Also, cannot wait for the Italian food emporium to open and start providing amazing pasta for the Valley. I cannot wait. Steve said they had rain last night in Golden Valley. That's rad. So he's up in Golden Valley, Arizona, which is an awesome place. If you haven't watched that video, I went and rode with Steve when I delivered the beta to him. And yes, unfortunately, the the Fanick is still here. I'm going to get that to him. It's crazy. But whatever. He's not in a hurry, thank goodness. And I just haven't had a chance to get a hold of my shipper guy. So, anyway, Justin Callahan asked, what are your tricks to not get arm pump? Sadly, this is a great question. I don't have tricks for that. I get arm pump. I wish I didn't. I struggle with arm pump. But I don't actually know if I would call what I get arm pump, but my hands go numb. So, because I used to get arm pump really bad when I was climbing, and that was different than this. But I don't know. I don't have a great answer for that, unfortunately. So, let's Rich Noble, what's happening? Ken 500XWF, what's going down? Steve Gigliotti has a great question. What are your thoughts on Supercross? Let's talk about Supercross because it's coming. I'm so excited. Really cannot wait for Supercross. Super bummed that Jet's out. I'm a big fan of Jet Lawrence and Hunter Lawrence. I'm just a big fan of the Lawrence brothers and how I think they're awesome. I think they're amazing. Their story is incredible. Their work ethic's incredible. I think their attitude's incredible. And I think Jet is arguably the best rider to ever grace the Supercross or motocross field. Like it's unreal how good that guy is. So I'm bummed that he's out for that reason. And I'm bummed that we don't get to see the battle between him and Sexton and him and Tomac and all that stuff. But the upside to that is that because arguably, let's all be honest, Jet was the favorite coming into this season for sure. And so, I mean, it doesn't mean he's going to win every round, and it doesn't even mean he was necessarily going to win the championship because obviously people get hurt. We see that even in practice. But he was the odds-on favorite. So it's kind of cool to see it open up a little bit for some of the other folks. I'm excited. Two Wheels of the Gospel, which is my buddy in Tennessee, says I would be a big fan of Deegan never racing again. I do not like Deegan, although I'm kind of looking forward to Deegan racing against Jet and all those guys. Hopefully Jet is healthy enough by the time motocross happens that they can actually compete. I'm worried because Jet's injury is a bad one, but he's also got the best doctors in the world. So yeah, Kenneth, we'll see. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the racing. I have Chase Sexton winning A1 on my RM Fantasy SX picks. By the way, join us at the RM Fantasy SX. Go there, join our group. It's just Highland Cycles. There's no password to get in. Anybody and everybody can join. I don't have any special prizes or anything like that, but it'll be fun to keep up and see how poorly I do, which is what happens. I used to be better at it. Now I'm terrible. I go with my emotions more than like looking at how people are writing. But so yeah. Random Rant says, howdy from the Yowie. So you own a race team now. You want to crash test dump me on the team? Sure. Come on over, man. We can do it. The Heck Raisers. How we doing today? I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Antonio Mestis. What's happening, my man? He says, go Deeg. Right on. I love it. Like, the thing about Deegan, like, I don't love the guy. I think he's kind of a jerk. I think he's a huge jerk. But, honestly, he's good for the sport because it gets people fired up on both sides, and it actually gets people really interested in the racing. So that's good. And that Deegan knows that he's good for the sport that way. Andy Delaney, well, I love Deeg. Nepotism has nothing to do with it. Trail Ripper, what's happening, my man? So do you know what the big Del Sagio announcement is going to be? I do not know yet, Steve. I don't know yet. I've been talking to my guys at Intech, and I don't think they might know now because they're at the AIM Expo, but I don't know if they knew before that because they kind of, I mean, they obviously a lot of communication between Intech and Del Sagio, but not everything because that would be hard to do. So yeah, the Trail Ripper. I lived in GJ for 2 damn years and never stopped by your shop. That was dumb. Well, I don't know if it was dumb. I would love to see you come by, and when you're back in town, come on by. Marco. So anyway, let me back up. So Supercross, I got Chase Sexton, Cooper Webb. Who else was I forget. Anyway, I think it's going to be an interesting race. A1's always interesting, so you never know what's going to happen. But I think Sexton, even though he's on a new bike, even though his head is like the worst part about him, he's done very well at Anaheim 1 before, and he's on a new team. He's got something to prove. I think he's probably been working really, really hard. So I think Chase is going to win if he gets a start. It'll all depend on the start during the main. Marco asks, what you think about the Beta 352 stroke competing against the 4T? In Supercross and Motocross, it's got no chance. It has no chance. I'm going to tell you right now, like, a 500 two-stroke doesn't have a chance against the modern 450s. Now that I've got my 4-stroke and I've got it dialed in and I really like it, and I got my kid riding 4-strokes and I got the new 4-stroke for my older son, which has not even been started yet, but there is no way for a 2-stroke to go as fast as a 4-stroke with the equivalent rider, right? Like, I mean, if you put a hot rod rider against a normal guy, obviously, whatever, it doesn't matter. But if you take the elite athletes of the world and put them on 2-strokes and 4-strokes, the 4-stroke is just going to be faster. The way they make traction, the way they handle corner, I mean, everything about them is better at going fast and putting, like I said, traction to the ground and just being stable and all that. I just don't think there's any way. And then the power, like that 350 2-stroke from Beta isn't making even close to the power that those 4-strokes are making, the 450s, especially the pro guys. So Drew Bush, 4-strokes suck. There you go. I mean, I've never thought that 4-strokes suck. I used to think that 2-strokes were the way to go, but man, I'm telling you, I freaking lie there. If you want to go fast, it's really hard to beat a 4-stroke. And I mean fast, like fast, right? Like, so not just like fast in technical terrain or fast in hard enduro, like, but fast. There's zero, you cannot beat a 4-stroke. Good morning from Steve 0842. That's a nice looking YZ behind you. Let's hear it fire up soon. That is Steve's bike right there. It just says Mr. Steve 0842, but I'm sure that's Mr. Steve Owens who owns that motorcycle. And it is a sweet bike, and I can't wait to get it fired up. So if you weren't on here yet, I think the cylinder is going to be here Friday. I really hope. Fingers crossed. Andy Delaney says Malcolm's always good at the beginning of the season. That is for sure. 100%. Hey, there's my son, Thomas Bradling. What's happening, my man? We were talking about your new bike a little bit ago. Oh, here you go. Ben Morgan, 4-stroke 6. They never use them for hard enduro, and there's a reason for that. Well, Ben Morgan, you might want to careful what you say. Be real careful what you say, because Cody Webb is bringing his. He's not even taking a 2-stroke this year from Yamaha. So I don't know if you've seen that news. He no 2-strokes in his quiver, all 4-strokes, and he's going to be racing hard enduro. Ben, I'm guessing he's better than you in hard enduro on that 4-stroke. So, I mean, maybe not. I don't know you, but I'm guessing he's probably better than you because I haven't seen your name above his in any results. So, and then also Johnny Walker. I mean, I don't know. Ben, have you finished 6th at Erzberg? Because Johnny did on a 254 stroke. So, Sandy Smith, what's your thoughts on the new Kawasaki 2-stroke no-show? I don't know what to think about that. Like, my thoughts, and this is obviously not reality because we don't know. My thoughts are they did that as a test to see if it was a good idea, and they're developing the bike now, and it's taking them longer than they thought. That's just my thought. I hope that's the case because that means it is actually coming. I hope that's what's happening and not that it's just been scrapped. And Matty 86 suck. I like that. I love all bikes, 4-stroke, 2-stroke. They all deserve love. I agree. Random Rants. I also agree with Random Rants. He says, yeah, but 2-strokes are more fun and easier to maintain and cheaper to maintain for sure. Gianni, have you ever ridden a Stark? I have not really. I've ridden one around the parking lot because we've changed tires and stuff on them, but I've never actually ridden one. Um, Trevor, I'd be glad to be your guide if you ever want to experience Oregon ripping. I would love to. I've been up to Washington before, and that's definitely good. Maddie says Starks are rad. Wish they were lighter. Yeah, I mean, they're rad, but and I wish they were lighter. The lighter, they are rad. Excuse me. I'm not trying to downplay the rad. I'm downplaying the light. I've got really good friends here that ride them in hard enduro, and they say that. I mean, if you have to pick it up a bunch, it's heavy. But when you're riding it, they said it doesn't feel heavy. I got it. Sorry, I'm getting notifications of what I have to do today. I got to do a service and a tire on my buddy Jerry's bike. Drew Bush has a great thing here. I think it depends on the riding. We have trees in Michigan, so we can't go in a straight line forever. The lightweight feeling of a two-stroke can't be beat. Agree. I agree. That is where, when you have to change direction a lot, or in hard enduro, the two-stroke does seem to be, for sure, an amazing, that's the choice, I think. If I were going to race hard enduro, which I'm not going to because I don't enjoy it, because it's just not my thing, it's just whatever. I'm just not my thing. I like going fast. And that might change with this injury. Like, I might be getting more into the slow stuff, but we'll see. The two-stroke's the choice. I think for the recreational rider that doesn't have a ton of money and ton of time, it's also the choice because it's easier and cheaper to maintain. There's a lot of benefits to two-strokes. Unfortunately, they overcomplicated them with all the fuel injection and stuff like that, so they kind of took the simplicity away recently. Unless you buy a YZ, which is awesome, or a Beta, which is also awesome, or a Sherco, I guess. They're all good, right? Steve Owens, Cody Webb will be great on any bike. I agree. And Johnny Walker won Endurocross, not only on a 4-stroke. I mean, Billy Bolt's crushing Endurocross on a 4-stroke too, but he won it on a 450, which is crazy. Chad Hucko has the best question. I wonder how a Lime scooter would do in Supercross. They seem fast. I think under the right individual, it's probably the choice. Chris Perch is better in hard enduro with a KTM 890 than 90% of the riders. Absolutely, James, for sure. Like, the reality is it comes down to the freaking dude on the motorcycle. It is the Indian and not the Arrow. So I think it's Zach Farkash. Any news on the CR250? Yes, we got the cylinder back. It's all plated and happy, and now we are just waiting on the crankshaft to get balanced and trued and all that stuff. So super excited. Bruce Kennedy, what's happening? Good morning, man. I'm thinking that's you, 200XC Bruce. I wish they put your actual names on here. So two-stroke, 4-stroke, guys. It's always going to be a debate. I love them both. I will have another two-stroke eventually because I do miss it. I miss having a two-stroke right now. Like, I really, really still love two-strokes, but I firmly believe that it's easier to go fast on a 4-stroke. So that's all. Again, fast in the right, you know what I mean. Anyway, Roy Moline, what's happening? So Roy has a great point here. Good to see back at the grind. Nothing wrong with having one of each. 100%. I think that's the key, right? Is to have one of each for different things. It depends on where you live, but where I live, because everybody thinks that we have no trees, but that's not true. We have trees. They're just up in the mountains that are covered in snow right now. But out here in the desert, it's a lot of fast, go fast, straight stuff. So the 4-stroke is just better there for sure. But you get in the tight trees, the 2-stroke's awesome. So, I think the key is to have both. I like techie stuff, but hard enduro would shite me to tears, bro, and too much potentially wreck the bike. That's for sure. Like, the true hard enduro, which everybody used to think, like, that term has changed a ton, right? Because it used to be that hard enduro was what we rode like normally every day. That's what I considered hard. We didn't call it hard enduro. We just called it hard technical riding. And then they started turning that into racing, and they made it harder. And now it's just unreal. Now it's just like ridiculous, which I think is cool. I love watching, just like I like watching Supercross. I thoroughly enjoy Supercross. I thoroughly enjoy watching motocross. I really enjoy watching hard enduro, but I want to do none of those disciplines. That's not anything for me. Maddie, I bought a 501. Should have bought the 250. Haha. 250. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Two-stroke. No, you need both. You just have to have both. And my mom, listen, guys, my mom says, remember to hit the thumbs up. Dude, I'm telling you, listen to my mother. So if you're in the chat, you have to back out of the chat, hit the thumbs up, and then come back in. If you're on Facebook, which you are finally broadcasting there right now, you can just hit the like button, the heart button, or the whatever. Antonio Messis. I have both and use each depending on where I ride, and no hard enduro for me. Too short. Yeah, for sure. Trail Rider, has your van been reliable? Been looking at those. That's a great question, Trail Ripper. Yes, my van has been unreal reliable. It's been so good. I have 133,000 miles on it, knock on wood. It is doing great. I love it. Love it. So, when I need a new van, I will be buying another Ford Transit for sure. I love it. All right, let's go back to Supercross real fast. Who are your guys' picks? You guys comment. If you're watching, first of all, back out, hit the thumbs up, come back in. Then comment who you've got winning. Give us your 1, 2, 3. Do you think that Eli Tomac has what it takes to still win a Supercross race on a new KTM? That's the question. I personally think he does. I think he's going to win a race. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there's any chance for him winning the championship, but I don't think there's any chance for that. I say that. That's not true. Take that back. I think he's got a very low chance of a championship. Now that Jet's gone, that everything is kind of different. But I think the Young Bucks are going to be faster than Eli overall for the whole season, 17 races. But I think Eli's going to win a race. What do you guys think? And my mother is very smart. Like, you don't even know how smart my mom is. Like, I could go on and on and on. And yeah, so she's a very, very, very intelligent lady. Let's see. I only get to ride 10 hours a year on average. I'm so done with carbs at this point. I want something that just starts up and after not running for months. Mark Hinojosa, first of all, you need to fix that. Sorry. You've got to fix that right now and go ride more than 10 hours a year, because that's terribly sad. I mean, I'm glad you get to ride some, but that's sad, and I feel sad for you. I think everybody here feels sad for you. So fix that problem. That's the first problem you got to fix. And then, yeah, fuel injection for sure. I love carburetors because of how simple they are, and for people that like are mechanically inclined and they like to work on stuff, they're really nice, and they keep things super simple. But yeah, I love my fuel. Don't get me wrong. I freaking love my fuel injection so much. Like, it's so nice to just hit the button. All right, here we go. Steve Owen says Chase Hunter Roxon. Delaney says Eli's going to win. I think we'll race on the KTM, but I also think it'll Lauren Doddard him. Yeah, it might, Drew. Although Eli's really good at testing, so I mean, he's been doing it a long time. He's really picky. I'm hoping that Eli will help get that bike dialed in. I mean, heck, they made him a freaking cable clutch, right? So, like, I think they're willing to do anything he wants, and hopefully he finds the flaws in the bike, and they get it dialed. Thank God they haven't tried to bring in no right to repair on motorbikes yet, for sure. Here we go. Steve Thompson thinks Eli, Hunter, Aaron. Nice. Plusinger. That would be a great... I love Hunter. By the way, I freaking love Hunter Lawrence. He's awesome. You are wrong, Eli, on the KTM. You don't think... I think he's going to win a race. I just don't think he's going to win the championship, Andy. But I mean, I might be wrong. Hey, Motor Creek, Chris Wilmoth, have a rad day. Good to see you, dude. And I'm psyched that you said you're getting snow up there in Idaho City. That's rad. Maybe put some studs on those tires and go ride. Yeah, what else, you guys? Who else do you think? Like, someone's got to come in with some different picks. I mean, we're all got the... Where do you think Webb's going to be? I think Webb's going to be on the podium. I think Webb is an absolute junkyard dog when it comes to racing, and I think he's got. I don't think he's got another championship in him. If I just had to bet on him, but I would have bet that last year too. So, but and dude, Drew Bush, you've got a great point. Jay Coop for the championship. He is flying under the radar right now. Big time flying under the radar. So, I think Jay Coop. I think that Cooper Webb is a thing. I think Hunter Lawrence. The biggest problem with Hunter, and I watched a podcast with him talking about it, is that like he sucks at Anaheim. His best finish ever is like 5th, so he's just hoping to be in the top 5. And if his mindset's there, like I hope he's going to do better. But like Supercross is not Hunter's deal, right? I mean, he's obviously better at it than like most people on Earth, but he loves outdoor. That's his thing. And so, yeah, I think that Hunter is going to – I think he's going to do well this year. I kind of hope that – I would love to actually see him win a championship. That'd be awesome. But we'll see what happens. Trail Ripper, absolutely. Coffee, Moto Homies is freaking rad. But I like to see Jay Coop. I like Jay Coop too. I think it would be awesome to see him do well. And I'm obviously a big Yamaha fan, so it'd be cool to see a Yamaha on the top step again. Go Cooper Webb. But all right, guys, I'm going to shut this thing down a little bit early because we are now opening at 8 o'clock here. So I might shift this thing to a little bit earlier as we go forward. But we open the shop at 8 o'clock now because we're doing 10-hour days, 4 days a week at the shop to kind of give me more time with YouTube and projects like the 144, things like that. So anyway. I'm going to shut it down early. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining me. I just appreciate everything. You guys have been amazing. Hold on. One more thing. Have you seen any problems with the Husky KTM quick shift buttons not working? I have not, DC Motive. I've not seen that, but I also haven't seen a lot of those bikes yet around here. Like there's not a lot of those banging around our valley. And the ones that are brand new, so yeah, no is the answer, but I don't know. A dude named Eric, real fast. Oh, get this. Had a question about old fluids. Where do you take your old fork oil shock fluid? Do you keep them in separate? So all my oil, I can't. It's hard to show. Anyway, I've got 55-gallon drums over there, and we got coolant in some and oil in some, and then a guy comes and pumps the oil out that he uses for his oil heater in his shop, and then the coolant, I'm actually still dealing with that. I've got lots of coolant. So I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. Yeah, but right now it's still just being stored here. See, everybody says have a good one. Great. All right, so cool. I love you guys so much. I'm going to leave you with a Bible verse because Jesus is Lord, and I love him so much, and he has been so good to me. And this is actually really good. It's from the devotional I was reading this morning. 1 Corinthians 6:19. Don't you realize that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, who lives in you and was given to you by God? You do not belong to yourself. That is my goal this year, is to realize that this is the temple of the Holy Spirit. This is where Jesus lives, and I want to take good care of it and make it the absolute best it possibly can be. So as I'm healing, getting back to the gym, eating right, doing a bunch of fasting, really going to make my year of being 50, the top. And then I'm just going to keep going from there. So I can't wait. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining me. And as always, I desperately hope that what we're doing here at Highland Cycles is inspiring you guys to work on, but way more importantly, get out and ride your dirt bikes!